And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the New York Mets taking on the Seawolves. Okay, Singy, he's got some extra swagger today after that monster performance in the last game. So much confidence in that swing.
No doubt about it, Boog. He did everything but drive the team bus back to the hotel.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go now. And on the hill, Seth Lugo.
Well, this guy had a bunch of wins last year, and I'll tell you what, as a position player, when you've got a pitcher that's going to go out there, take the ball, and put you in a position to win, for whatever reasons, you're relaxed, you enjoy playing behind him, but you also are able to score for a guy like that, and that's who he was for his team last year, and I'm sure they're hoping they get more of the same this season.
All right, ready to get underway, and now the center fielder, Michael Harris II. Just missed.
I think it's very important to establish the inside part of the plate early. Sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Next offering is fouled back. Gets a piece and stays alive. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Batting second.
Ezekiel Duran up now for the Mets.
Duran.
Swing and a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
On the ground, 2 ball. And there are 2 outs. Here's a Mets lineup now. This group was shut out their last game, so we're going to see if they can bounce back with a better effort here today.
And Boog, it can get in your head a little bit when you get shut out. You're frustrated. You're seeing that consecutive streak of innings you haven't scored, and you want to get off to a great start, score early, because if you don't, you feel like you could linger into 2 consecutive games, which no one wants to be a part of.
In the air to left down the line. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
Man on second, 2 down. That one misses, and now it's 3-2. Christian Walker in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And he deals. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
First and second, 2 outs. And next for the Mets, Christian Walker. The 1-1 is fouled off.
You know, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
And we're back. And towing the slab in this one, Dean Kramer. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Yeah, ZRA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's going to be Jesse Pitts. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
In the air, right field, Duran. Hauls it in for the out. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
There's a swing and a drive. In one, hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
He was all over that one. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And here is Freddie Freeman. Ground ball up the middle. And Freeman is retired.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Peyton Williams.
Next is the designated hitter.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
One now.
2-1.
In the dirt, nice job behind the plate. That one misses. 3-1 now.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate, runners in scoring position, and a hitter's count.
No score yet, but a runner at third with 2 away. And a foul ball. Two outs. Swing and a drive. Deep left field. And that one hops the wall. The throw in. Not in time. He's safe as a run scores.
Oh, that's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't great, and it really hurts when it costs your team a run.
So runner at second, 2 down. Avens digs in now. Hit on the ground to the right side. And it goes just foul. High fly ball out towards left field. De La Cruz going back. Hauls it in on the warning track. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now a 1-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the third baseman, Isaac Paredes.
This is a hitter who takes his game to another level, playing at night.
The 1-1. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Jeff McNeil stands in. That one a little bit high. 2-1. Nobody out. Runner at first. Next offering is fouled back. Next one misses, and a full count now. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. A 2-run homer, his first homer of the year, and that gives him a lead. It's 2-1.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Look at that. Pure reaction. Fastball up and in. Not an easy pitch to get to, but because it was just a reflex, he didn't have time to get long with his swing.
Now the left fielder, Brian De La Cruz. Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 3.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Upstairs, and that is ball 4.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Pedro Pajes up now for the Mets. And that one is downstairs, and it's 2-1.
1 strike.
In there at the knees for a strike. De La Cruz gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really good swing right there. You got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And the batter now, Michael Harris the second. Swings through that one for strike 2. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. A 3-run dinger. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 5-1.
A fastball might be the most satisfying pitch to hit a home run, and he did it with a pitch outside the zone. Impressive.
Digging in, Ezekiel Duran inside, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
That one catches the corner for a strike. Matthew Ross umpiring behind home plate for us in this one. He's got a reputation for having a bit of a wide strike zone, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt, Boog. He rewards pitchers when they're working the edges and sometimes a little bit beyond that. So for the hitters, just have to really be aware. Don't miss your pitch when you get it early in the count.
Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a good eye there.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
Stepping in, Kerry Carpenter. It's through for a hit, and that keeps the inning going.
All over that one right there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
And now here is Christian Walker. Swanson. They get the force, and they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 5-1. Bottom of the second. Here's Jose Ramirez.
The third baseman.
Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Up the middle. Whips it to first on the run. And they get the out.
Batting 7, the catcher, JT Realmuto.
And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. 1 out, bases empty. Realmuto with a homer in his last game. The 1-1 is fouled off. Off the outside edge, and now the count is 2-2. Just misses with that one.
Count's full.
Center field. Harris after it. Makes the catch for the out. 2 away now.
Batting 8, the left fielder, Darren Lockdawala.
2 down, bases empty. Now here is Darren Lockdawala. 2 outs, bases empty. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
1-2.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Darren Lockdawala with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
And here comes Dansby Swanson.
2-1.
Lockdawala leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Fastball is outside. Jesse Pitts in the on-deck circle. Swing and a ground ball. They take the force out, and that's the 3rd out. And we're back. Top half of the 3rd inning. Here's the 3rd baseman, Isaac Paredes. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Avens hauls it in for the out. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. So up next, Jeff McNeil. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. One, two now. On the ground to the left. Ramirez sends it to first, and there are 2 outs.
The left fielder, number 25, Brian De La Cruz.
2 outs, base is empty. And next for the Mets, Brian De La Cruz. Falling behind 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Lace down the line. This looks like extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Just a really nice job of turning on that pitch and smoking it down the line. And there's no one playing there, so once it drops in fair, you're on your way to extra bases.
Pedro Pajes will hit next. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Next offering upstairs. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Dan McGill appears to be getting ready. And I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Heel also throwing.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the second game of the series. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Mets leave 1. They lead this one 5-1. Bottom of the inning. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Jesse Pitts.
Hey!
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd.
The batter, number 1.
Now it's the second baseman.
Second baseman, Wes Clark.
1 down, base is empty. And he can't come up with it. Still fires to first, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
2 down, base is empty. Here is Freddie Freeman. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one missing inside. Headed down the line. And a foul ball. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Just off the outside edge.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and now on the mound to start the 4th, Dan McGill. On for his major league debut, so we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there are just more people in the stands and it's a bigger stadium. But the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher. Whatever fingers he puts down, that's what you throw. And just let him lead you in this one.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Now batting, the
Ezekiel Duran up now for the Mets.
Duran.
In there at the knees. And a count 1-2.
2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
And there's a ball.
3-1.
Grounds one to short. On to first.
He's out.
And the Mets go 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Mets. They're up 5-1. Ready to go. Bottom 4. Stepping in the long ball threat, number 43.
Not only can he hit the cover off the ball, he's got a great eye as well.
No, that's a ball.
Well, these guys showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
And that misses. 2-1.
2-1.
And downstairs.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to
Now
think
batting,
about.
the third baseman.
First and second. No outs. Now it's Jose Ramirez. And now 2 balls and a strike.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Check swing, and he went. And the count is 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The 2-2. That one missed.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Pajes pulls it down, and there's 1 down.
Going to have a little more discipline in future at bats.
That
pitch looked good, but you can't hit it. It was just too high in the zone. You usually see a swing and miss or weak contact in the infield.
2 on with 1 out. JT Real Muto steps in. Ball to strike. The pitch. That's inside.
Here's an opportunity. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of this situation. This feels like their chance.
2 on, 1 out. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his third of the game.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement.
8,
I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
And now it's going to be Darren Lakdawala. 2 on, 2 outs. And he hits a ground ball right side. Duran slings to first. That's the third out. New inning getting started. And now the right fielder, Kerry Carpenter.
Kerry Carpenter.
The 3-1. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Looked like a questionable call in that spot. He even seemed a little surprised it went his way at the plate. But as a hitter, you'll take that all day.
Christian Walker up now for the Mets. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. 1 down. Now the third baseman, Isaac Paredes.
The third baseman, Isaac Paredes.
Outside low, and a count 2-1.
Good miss with that changeup away. He needs a ball on the ground for a double play, minimize the potential threat right here. On the hitter's side, nice job of laying off that pitch.
That one in for a strike. 2-2.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
And down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Jeff McNeil up now for the Mets. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. To first, out number 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. Swanson digs in.
Swanson, former first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Vanderbilt player in college, College World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own.
And a swing and a miss. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Number 5.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the center fielder, Jesse Pitts. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a 1-2 again. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
There's a strike at the knees. Next pitch, not close, up high. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Whips it to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Nothing across here this half. 5 innings complete. The Mets lead this one 5-1. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Brian De La Cruz.
Brian De La Cruz.
Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting, catcher Pedro.
Now Pedro Pajes. Next pitch is outside.
Well, these Mets, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. Just look at how the ball's coming off their bats, and tell me it's fun playing defense at this level. They've got 7 hits at 90+ miles per hour exit velocity, so you got to look alive out there.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
2 strikes.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. De La Cruz on at first, nobody out. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Here's the Mets leadoff man, Michael Harris II, and he had a big swing of the bat early on in the ball game.
Yep, a 3-run rocket back in the second. Even though it was early, a big homer like that can be tough to come back from when you're on the other end of that thing. I mean, it's tough. Sets up an uphill battle the rest of the way. Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
That one misses. Full count now. Man at first, 1 away. That's a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away.
Second baseman, Ezekiel
Duran now at the plate. And a swing and a miss there.
1-2.
One out. Runners at first and second. On the ground to third. Fires to second for 1. On to Freeman. Double play. Inning over. So it's no runs on 2 base hits. No errors and 1 left on base. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. Mets out in front, 5-1.
Now pitching for
Back
New
now
York.
for the bottom of the 6th, and
Number
there's a new
65.
pitcher on the mound, Landon Root.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish.
For New York, the first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw, and he's on at first. So a man aboard. Now it's the DH. That's down and in.
You know, this group of hitters putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And it's now first and second to start the inning.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down. Now let's see if they can string something together, make it a little more interesting.
And now John Avens. And now it's even up.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that one missing low. And they're all loaded up.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate.
Now
the game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Ramirez.
So bases all loaded up. Jose Ramirez, the next to hit, with the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. This one is blasted. A no-doubter. Grand slam. They must be going crazy in the dugout. It's 5-5. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Wow, down 4 late in the game. Things aren't looking too good at that point, but they've refused to back down. Great at bats to load the bases and get that tying run to the plate, and boom, grand slam, and we're starting over. This should be a great finish.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Landon Roop won't go any further tonight, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for
Ryan
New York.
Stanek gets the call from the
Number
pen.
55.
He's making his second appearance of the season.
Stanek.
It'll bring up JT Realmuto.
Ball. 2-1.
Swing and a miss. That one at 99. That's strike 2. Activity in the bullpen. Mark Leiter Jr. preparing to come on if needed. Doval also getting ready. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Out to short, Edwards. Over to first. Great pick.
Good stretch there to make the play. It looks like someone added a little
number
yoga
8,
to their daily
Darren
routine, if you ask me.
Walla.
At the plate, Darren Lakdawala. Tapped in front of the plate. Throw to first in time.
The batter, number 7. Shortstop, Dansby.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Clobber to right field, way back, gone. Second home run of the inning for him. Just like that, they move in front. It's 6-5.
There was a fastball down the middle. I don't think the hitter recognized the pitch, but once he did, was quick enough to get it in play with some authority. He got that up and out of here.
Back to the top of the lineup, and now Jesse Pitts. Swings through that one out in front that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes.
And that one is inside. Clark waiting for a turn at the plate. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
You get a walk, and you get a walk.
Now
everyone gets a walk, Boog.
Runner at first with 2 away. And now, Lucas Clark. Pitts off of first with 2 away. Close one, doesn't get the call. 2-1. That one ripped left field. De La Cruz going back, gives up the body and makes the catch.
Oh, man, amazing catch to end the inning. As a former outfielder, I'm feeling proud right now. Saw the wall, didn't get afraid, held on to the ball.
And we're back. We go to the top of the 7th, and now the shortstop, Xavier Edwards. That's a little bit low.
2-1 the count now. He hasn't seen a fastball yet, but you've got to be ready to hit one because you doubt the pitcher wants this to go to a 3-1 count.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball 3. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Brian Hudson, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Mole getting loose as well. Next offering is in for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. I mean, you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Now it's the right fielder, Kerry Carpenter, looking to get the tying run on base. And strike 2. Off the mark there. It's 2-2. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. And that's in the dirt. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Line drive. And that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
One out, runner at second. Walker getting ready to hit. And that misses. And that's ball 2. One-run game, 1 out, 1 on. And that one fouled off. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
Up next for the Mets, the third baseman, Isaac Paredes.
Isaac Paredes up now for the Mets. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
Swing and a miss.
1 and 2.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. So the tying run at second, and that's down and away.
2 and 2.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Dan Altavilla.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
The first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Here's a 1-1. And there's a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away, if you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Swing and a ball popped up. Edwards sizes this one up and puts the squeeze on that one. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Peyton.
And next will be the cleanup hitter,
Williams.
And a 2-1 on the way. That one fouled off. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
2 outs, base is empty. John Avens digs in now. Two down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Pitch misses, and it's a full count. Jose Ramirez would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
Fly ball down the line, and that's a foul ball. And down on strikes he goes. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1, 2, 3.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brian Hudson.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
The 1-1. Fought off foul. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Brings it in with a nice run and grab. And there's 1 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And now 2-1.
Really been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far, he doesn't look anxious at all.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Throw on to Freeman. That's out number 2.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Pedro Pajes up now for the Mets. Trying to hold a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one almost got him. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
So back to the top of the order. And next for the Mets, Michael Harris II. 2 outs. And the sweeper misses for a ball.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving through a walk or just a base hit. But you got to stay within yourself.
In there at the knees.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone. Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Smoked on the ground a second. Throw on to Freeman. That ends the frame. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. The Seawolves on top 6-5.
Pitching for
Back
the Mets.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Mark Leiter Jr.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, 1-run game. Jose Ramirez now at the plate.
Ramirez.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
2-2.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Now batting the catcher.
Here comes Real Muto.
Real Muto.
Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully move that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Gets it to first, and Real Muto is out.
The left fielder, number 8, Darren.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Darren Lakdawala.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
And there's a ball. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Josh Spores up and loosening in the pen. Doval, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. 1 out and a runner at second. Leiter checks the runner, and he's back in easily. That one not close. Counts full, 3-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. In the air, left field, down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Man at second. On the ground, out to short. He didn't make things easy for him there, but they still get the out.
Now batting, shortstop, Dansby.
So 2 down now,
Swanson.
And here is Dansby Swanson. Yeah, that's fouled off. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And they lead by 2. Back to the top of the order, Jesse Pitts, the next to hit. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swanson off of first with 2 away. Ground ball to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. Last chance coming up here for the Mets.
Now pitching.
We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Edwin Diaz.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
That's towards center. Pitts settles underneath it. He's there. He's got it. 1 away. And the batter will be the shortstop, Xavier Edwards. Inside, just missed. Hit on the ground to short. Swanson. Only 1 out remaining for the Mets.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Hit to second, and this should do it. And that'll do it.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win, Boog. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
A 7-5 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.